talk a lot about an area that when people discuss stress often doesn't get talked about, and that is the digestive system. I've mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I want to dive in a little bit more to this so you understand how important it is for you. Your digestive system includes the enteric nervous system, and I'm just going to call it ENS for short. Your ENS is part of your full neurological system. It has as many neurons and nerve cells as your spinal cord. It stems from the same cells in the womb whenever you were developing in your mother's womb. It stems from the same cells that your central nervous system was grown out of. It also communicates with the brain and the central nervous system continually, but specifically 90% of the communication that goes on between the two goes on from the ENS to your central nervous system. So it's not mostly the central nervous system speaking to the gut, it's mostly the other direction actually. Also, and this one is so important, your ENS plus that microbiome, the gut bacteria that I was talking about, that together produces 95% of the serotonin in your body. I mentioned dopamine earlier. Dopamine is it's one of the feel-good hormones in your body. Serotonin not only impacts mood, it is also a primary hormone that helps you handle stress. So when the gut bacteria and the ENS are off and that serotonin is not there, that is going to really impact how you feel. How you think and how you feel is directly related to your digestive system. Also, the dopamine in your body, half of it is made in the brain and in the central nervous system, but the other half is made, guess where? In the digestive system. And that microbiome that I mentioned is responsible for so many things. It impacts your inflammation, it impacts your immune system. In fact, I think about a lot of times all the finals that I took, that you took, that we took in school, and how often we would push, we'd have all that stress, and then as soon as finals were over, everybody would be sick with a cold. Well, because our immune systems, including that microbiome, were off by having a high fiber diet. And the reason that's important for your stress, we've talked about the microbiome again, and that is a high sugar diet with low fiber increases the bad bacteria. But a high fiber diet increases the good bacteria. Fiber is the food for the good bacteria in your gut. So you want to make sure to increase your beans and your oatmeal and your berries and your veggies. You know that powerful plate we talked about early on? That is perfect for gut health because half of it is fiber, half of it is vegetable. And then if sometimes your protein source is beans, that's going to increase your fiber content. And we always talk about complex carbohydrate versus a simple carbohydrate. And your complex carbohydrate that has extra fiber in it, a potato versus a piece of cake, just to be an extreme version of that, that's going to help the good bacteria in your system.